Hi, good
Right.
evening, Pinky, and I'm so glad to be here with you again.
Yeah. Sir, matagal-tagal din po kaming naghintay para
Hello.
makausap kayo. Yes, can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
you. Yes,
I was
loud
saying
and
that
clear.
medyo matagal din po kaming naghintay because you wanted to be interviewed after your proclamation. First, sir, how does it feel to, well, first not be proclaimed, having to have lost, and then eventually be proclaimed and having won?
Well, of course, I'm very much elated. I'm very much happy about that. Nakita ko naman na the COMELEC has actually followed the letter of the Constitution, and uh, the decision has been made properly and according to the rule of law.
Did you know for quite a while that according to you nga doon din sa petition that he is not a natural born Filipino, sir? How soon did you find out?
Actually, I didn't even think about him being not a naturalized citizen because when I ran for Congress in 2019, he was a part of our team. No, he ran for he ran for the council, and I was the one that actually even helped him to win. So hindi ko talaga inasahan that that there'll be a problem that way. No? A naturalized Filipino siya. All of a sudden, after the election, someone called me up that I have not actually talked to for many years, no, in Australia, and he told me about Joey Uy and be able to look into the truth that he is a naturalized citizen.
So it just fell into your lap, kumbaga.
Yolen?
Parang it just fell into your lap, sir. Kasi would you say that time that you
Yeah.
lost by 500 votes lang ho ata ang inyong natalo, hindi ho ba? Were
About
you...
1,300 votes. Yeah, it fell into my lap all of a sudden. No, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah. All right. Of course, there are questions though on you being proclaimed according to Chua Uy's camp, the proclamation and certificate of finality is unconstitutional, sir, dahil nga daw po yung COMELEC lost its jurisdiction last June 30, specifically at 12 noon, because Chua supposedly had already assumed his congressional post. Congressman, siguro kayo na po ang magpaliwanag sa amin. Hindi ho ba kapag dumating na kasi ang June 30 at 12 noon, hindi ho ba ay magiging jurisdiction na to ng HRET?
Actually, we followed the law. No? My lawyer, Attorney Ron Macalintal, alam mo naman, very celebrated election lawyer yan. Talagang we followed the letter of the Constitution. We gave him five days, actually, 5 days before I would be before they would make a decision for me. So pagkatapos nung second division a decision, we waited, no? Wait for 5 days, and the 5 days fell on June 30. So in the morning of June 30, the decision of the NBank came out,
Right.
in supporting the decision of the second division. So it was actually just on time. There's nothing unconstitutional about it.
In the nick of time, parang ganun po.
Yeah, the nick of time, yes.
Opo. So, the
we did
decision
have
was
to go
made
through-
before 12 noon, Kong Benny.
yes,
by the
yes,
COMELEC
before
and
12
Bank.
noon. It should be, yes.
Kaya
Oo.
nakaabot po before the 12
Oo.
noon deadline.
That's right. Hindi na kinakailangan pumunta ng HRET because the COMELEC has jurisdiction until 12 noon of June 30.
Are you still concerned or worried about these petitions that were filed by Chua Uy's camp, certiorari and prohibition that would have effectively stopped the COMELEC from executing that resolution last June 30?
No, I have been relieved. No, parang nawala na ako ng tinik dito. Hindi na ako talaga nag-aalala. They could file a motion for certiorari. They could file a motion for reconsideration. Yet I don't think that. In fact, we waited. No, we waited because there's another 5 days given by the law. No, for them to be able to answer and really put up the motion for TRO. Pero wala din nangyari. The Supreme Court didn't even act on it. So we acted after 5 days.
You feel that you are standing on solid ground then, sir?
Yes, yes, yes,
All right.
we are. Yes, we are.
Congressman, let's talk about your role in the 20th Congress. There was first, I heard an interview that you were saying bubuuin ulit ang Quadcom. Is this true, sir?
Yes, yes.
Tell
yes.
us more about
we will
it.
do that. Well, kasi marami pang dapat na pag-usapan tungkol dyan Pinky. Because God gave me a chance to sit again in Congress, so palagay ko, ako na yung magiging lead dito as far as the Quadcom is concerned. So, we will be able to find a resolution convening the Quadcom hearings again, no? When Congress opens up finally on July 29, July 20 and 29. So, uunahin siguro yung pag-elect ng mga chairman ng committees that are involved with the Quadcom, and we're going to continue the hearings. So.
And you will be the
And
chairman?
still, tatlo pa rin yun, no? Pogo. And the thing is, sa Pogo, we actually investigated yung Pogo na nakalagay sa malaking mga hubs sa Pampanga and Tarlac, no? And then we still have around 10,000 maliliit na mga Pogo still there. And we still have a lot of Chinese that are roaming around the country and they have not been actually deported. So number one, yeah. Number two, yung drugs, no? Illegal drugs. Still, you find out that about 2 weeks ago, the president has appeared before the media with more than 8.7 kilos of shabu that has been confiscated by PAOK, no? Or by PDEA. So nakikita natin na the drugs are still there, despite the fact that more than 30,000 have been killed on the war on drugs. And then of course the EJK. The EJK is very important.
Congressman, ito pong sa EJK, because what is coming out is that there's a witness, I'm not sure if you're up to speed with this, but he is a councilor of Calamba who was saying that there are policemen who are involved in EJK drugs, rather drugs, let me correct myself there, and the issue of the missing sabungeros. Could there be any connection, or the Quadcom can possibly look into this? Meron ho bang ganon?
I heard the Secretary of Justice, Boying Remulla, saying that there's a connection. So we will look into that, Pinky. In fact, one of the cases that we are going to hear in the Quadcom is the missing sabungero, because that is also a case of extrajudicial killings. And that all started in my district, no? If you remember, I even gave a privileged speech on that, no? We tried to rally against the opening of the Manila Arena, but the mayor then gave a license to it. So they put up a cooperation in Santa Ana about it. And then after a while, 8 sabungeros actually went missing, no? 8 lang yun at that time. And then all of a sudden, again 34 yan. And now it's more than 100. So I believe that we should investigate on that. And then we have some policemen that are actually involved in it. And I was told that there are some politicians too. So talagang dapat namin imbestigahan to, the missing sabungeros.